What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down what's really moving the stock price, and then over and above that, talk on some of the bold claims that Peter has been saying. So I'm going to go over all the things that you need to know, but first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So right now it is up 0.38%, just breaking above that 100-day moving average as we speak, but it did recover fairly well from the low of $2.56. That sell-off was because of GDP as well as initial jobless claims coming in better than anticipated, as backwards as it is, because the market wants negative data, right? They want to justify rate cuts, and good data is not going to do that. So right now there is a 59.5% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut for the September meeting. So that has gone down slightly, not much, but very, very slightly. So that's something to consider. Today there's been no news, no SEC filings associated to Lucid, so it's kind of just piggybacking off of the broader market. When it comes down to shorts, they are increasing 296,000 shares. 28.87% of the free float is being shorted. Cost to borrow average is a little bit lower than yesterday, so 27.44%, and then utilization 96.57. The reason why the short interest did change is because, as I've mentioned in the past, 2 times per month the NASDAQ does submit these reports. They're always delayed reports, mind you, but they did submit one of these reports. It was yesterday. So as of June the 14th, so like I said, it's delayed, there was 254.62 million shares being shorted. So then what Ortex does do is they take this information, again, as of June the 14th, and calculate basically up to today's date. So this is why you do get that 28.87%, the new short interest percentage. So like I said, they're not really doing all that much, increasing 282,000. That's kind of a drop in the bucket considering 255 million shares overall are being shorted. So let me know your thoughts on that. A couple of things I do want to bring up, one of which was this. So Lucid 𝗖𝗧𝗛𝗧 did post this on Twitter or X, and it looks like Lucid changed the logo. I wasn't made aware of this, and as far I didn't see any news coming from Lucid saying that they're innovating, changing the logo. So I don't know, what's your thoughts? Like, the right one is the new one, left one is kind of the old one. Lucid 𝗖𝗧𝗧𝗛𝗧 does kind of explain why they possibly redesigned it, I guess just to add more of a, affirming stance overall, not a slumped look and stuff like that. In my opinion, I actually do like the older one better because I feel like it's more natural, and plus just having it as gray is, I don't know, it's not as bold, it's a lot more subtle and stuff like that. So I don't know, what's your thoughts on this? Again, this isn't a reason to buy Lucid nor sell, but at least it shows that Lucid is looking at imaging. And speaking of imaging, whoever is in charge of their marketing, because during their last earnings, they did say that they're going to be really developing on their marketing. Like, someone told Peter, like, get off your ass and go do some like conferences, summits, and even a podcast. So podcast was a couple days back. I did post that under my other channel, Financial Journey, but he did talk on some pretty bold statements during these recent discussions that he's done. Again, one was at Evercore, other one Deutsche, and then with Bloomberg, the podcast. But he did say Lucid CEO boldly critiques electric SUVs available. None are very good. So Peter's done a lot of this, and even going back to the latest PR that I did bring up, like, I like their boldness, especially by saying right here, Lucid, where is it? Lucid Group Inc., maker of the world's most advanced electric vehicles. So they're saying a lot of bold claims. At this stage, like with everything that they said, they really must either be very confident that their product in the future, meaning the Gravity, is going to be kick-ass and revolutionary, or they're being dumb. I don't know. Like, this is a lot of bold statements, and if they fail on the Gravity, this is going to look absolutely comical coming from everyone. So I don't know. Hopefully Lucid does hit a home run, because these again are very, very bold statements and just kind of imaging for Lucid. But you know what? I do love it. I love it. It's kind of getting a lot of good hype based on this. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Aside from that, looking at options, 79,000 in calls, 14,000 in puts. So dollar value isn't necessarily there. 73% of all the options being done today are bearish, and so clearly anticipating more of a pullback. But of the call options that are being purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be above $3 by next week. So that's relatively good. And then looking at puts, you do see a consensus for it to be sub $2.50. So obviously we're kind of on a very strong pivot right now. And even looking right here, so these are some of the transactions that have occurred on the secondary market. So far today, only 2. And so this is again above 100,000. So 424 and 708. So you're probably going to see a little bit more institutions buying over the next several trading days as they do rebalance. Latest round of 13F. So it is that time of season once again where institutions and ETFs rebalance their portfolios, or at least announce what they've done previously. And so there's not really much change. As you can kind of see, this ETF did reduce their short position by 49.92%. So I think that's kind of good. Aside from that, a couple of new positions that was disclosed on the 25th. One did get out, so that's Bank of Montreal got out of their call options. So it's kind of mixed, nothing really crazy. And I think right now a lot of institutions are just at the stage of show me. You've talked a big game, but I'm not going to commit any additional money or buy into you until you show me that you can either ramp up on your pre-existing models or the gravity is going to be kick-ass. So I think we're kind of just at that stage, and probably retail is the same scenario right now as well. But with it at $2.61, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So $2.56 is a very strong support. In fact, it did bounce off of that, so we do know that's definitely good, at least going into the next several trading days. On the flip side, $2.89, it's going to be the next strong resistance / target. So we'll just have to wait and see for PCE to come out tomorrow to see if that might be the nice push for Lucid to get to these levels. And like I said, call options are insinuating that it will be above this pivot point by next week. So again, that's kind of optimistic. On the actual chart itself, still lower percentile of the Bollinger Band. Stochastic, you do see a nice bullish deviation, so white line above the red, but it is still considered very oversold. So if there's good pieces of news coming out associated to the broader market or specific to Lucid, you could see a nice bump up in the stock price. A number of retail investors are getting in somewhat flat. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. It looks like it does want to continue this nice uptrend and break out. What's your thoughts on that? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.